look at the growth on our rambutans and Logans. All the Logans are doing pretty well. They're growing pretty easily in here. But a few of the rambutans are just, look at those. That is just awesome growth. That is the coolest thing ever. Can't believe they're growing. Even the ones outside are growing, and they're just doing really well in here. Hey guys, Eddie in here, and I just got back from my trip. I'll be coming out with a short edit of that probably later, but everything's been growing like crazy since I got back. As you can see, the passion fruit vine down there is going like it's gonna cover up the whole patio. Just want to show you a quick tour of inside, and I've got a clip from a tree planting we did before I left. So we'll just take a look inside because it's just doing so much. Basil is going to seed. This we got a plant. This is like some sort of like radish herb that they use in the sushi. And inside of here, I guess there's like some tomatoes growing. I think these are the this chocolate strawberry sprinkles or something, which are really good. Got garlic right here. Got a bunch of green onions, which is great, and some mint, and another one of these avocado seed that's actually starting to crack and sprout. But right here in the mini greenhouse, we've got the best growth yet. All the Sao Maos, all the rambutans, the Logans, look at that. It's gonna be kind of hard to see in here, but just look at all of them. Back there, we have the rambutans, and they've got a bunch of leaves on them. Like back here, this one, it's already starting to grow a lot. The stalks look really strong, and they're very straight up. You can see, get out here. You can see the Logans, all four of them are growing pretty much at the same rate, and they're doing really well in here. I got to put a little bit more mist in here, get a little bit more hydration going on, but seriously, it was a great idea to do this, and they're not just doing good in here, they're doing good outside as well. Over here you can see we have a bunch, you know, where I just started to throw them down, and this one's got 4 leaves. This one's growing pretty quickly. Even got one in here, and I even threw some down there, which are sprouting. So yeah, seriously, the rambutans, I don't know how, but they're doing really well, and I'm thinking we can actually keep them alive. Not really sure what happened here. I think someone got into this and they messed it up or something. But that was our cherry. There's still another one sprouting it by the looks of it, but probably just not enough water. The pineapple is growing. Look at this. We got some stalks coming out on the sides, and they look like flowers. Like, honestly, that looks like where the flower would come out. Obviously, it's not because it takes many years for that to happen, but seriously, this pineapple's growing. We got one pineapple plant to survive, so I guess that's a success. Literally nothing on all of the clones, so might have been a waste of time, but you know, I didn't really expect them to work that quickly. Got some papayas here, got some more here. I'm starting to thin them out. I don't really know what we can do with these since we already got so many outside, but yeah, I found a bunch more cups, and what we're gonna put in those are some of our seedlings. Over here you can see the Logans. They're going crazy. They grew inside this bag. Look at this. This is a whole plant literally growing inside of here, and I found a bunch of mini pots out there, so we're gonna go probably plant those today, and we'll keep them indoors for now. Passion fruit is coming down pretty crazy. If you look in here, you can see they're starting to turn purple, and we have already been getting a bunch of pretty large ripe ones. They're not too sweet, but they're edible. We're gonna make a bunch of stuff out of them, juice and cakes and pies and stuff. So yeah, let's take a look in this Entropic farm. Not too much leaf growth actually, but there has been some significant changes, as you can already see. The banana tree back there is a banana tree now. It's crazy how much growth we've gotten on these two things. I planted some galunga roots right there. They haven't sprouted up yet, so I don't really know what's gonna happen, but they were starting to grow before. They might just be, you know, losing all the water because of these giant bananas here. So we are probably gonna get some fruits off of them. This leaf, this giant thing was not here when I left, so it's obviously been growing pretty significantly. Down here, a little coffee plant. We'll try to make this pretty fast, but the flowers have stopped on this one, which is, you know, I didn't think they would actually work anyways, and it's starting to turn really dark green, which is great. The taro right here has not grown too much. Logan over here, it's starting to set some of the leaves. It's just been growing, you know, so much when I left. It's not continuing to grow, it's actually just starting to set the leaves and turn them dark, which is the same thing that's going on with this mango right here. And look at how dark the leaves are. All of these that were just starting to come out just like a week ago, they're really dark, and the mango itself has grown quite a bit. So we might actually get a mango. I keep saying that, but I don't know. This taro has grown quite a bit. You know, most of these taros only had like 3 leaves when we got them, and they're really starting to go, really starting to mesh with the jabuticaba right here, which is putting out more and more leaves consistently. Also, another thing I noticed right here, I forgot what I put in here, but I think it's a Logan. Starting to get some sprouts just coming out of there. I don't really think that they're gonna do too well out here, but we're just experimenting. Some grass is coming out of the Albizia lebic seeds right here. We're gonna have to get a few more of those. And down here, the papayas, they've all set. I thought they all died, but as you can see, they're really starting to grow, and we might be able to sell these pretty soon. So if you're in the Long Beach area and you need some papayas or dwarf bananas, we can get you some for pretty cheap, a few dollars probably. So our grape right here, the Crazy Boy one, it's got a bunch more on it. Apparently I picked the other ones too soon, but these ones, oh yeah, that's good. Starting to turn red all over the place and down there without shriveling, which is what we wanted. The plant is looking a little bit dry, so put some water on it, and it's really starting to branch out. Right here, little pepper, starting to make a lot of peppers, and the bananas here, I really need to get rid of them. But yeah, if you look down here, you can see the papayas. They're starting to get pretty big, and soon they'll start to go upwards and make a big papaya tree. All right, so you probably noticed, expected all this growth. The best we have right here is on the coffee, which is flowering at every place. Look at this. I don't know if this is actually going to turn all into coffee, but every single area is flowering, and I really want to be able to get like a picture of, well, I really want to be able to show you what it looks like when it's flowering, but the blooms aren't coming out yet. I don't know if this thing needs to be self-pollinated or what. I'm guessing it doesn't, but seriously, it's going crazy. We're gonna actually get some coffee this year if these flowers all set. Right down here, still don't know what that thing is. Might be a lychee, but probably is not. It's confusing. It looks like an apricot lychee, a pomegranate, something. So we'll have to wait on that. My dad planted a aloe vera down there, so that's doing well. Logan, the big one, hasn't started to put out any growth at all, but it's starting to get pretty big in the fruits right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Centropic farm. Oh, and of course, cherimoya right here. We finally got a cherimoya, and I'll show you some of the footage of the planting and stuff. We did quite a bit of work to mend the soil, and it looks like he hasn't watered it very much, so it's starting to dry out there. But these things grow really well here, so not too worried about this one, and it was only $35. So another look at the bananas, which, they're still growing like crazy. That one is, it won't be long before we're actually gonna harvest it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. This one just started to come out, and 5 in the back there, just a little one right there. I don't even know how many plants are in here. I think there's only there's only 7, and we've gotten fruits off of almost all of them, so doing really well. Avocados also, they're starting to get larger, so we should be getting a lot of fruit pretty soon. Probably in like a month, we're gonna just be harvesting tons and tons of fruit. If you look over here, where is it? You can see a bunch of the dragon fruits are starting to come out, and oh, right here, got a pretty big fruit. Won't be long before it turns pink and we can eat it. And this crazy grape thing is going all over the place. Pomegranate is getting higher and higher every day, which is great. Oh, looks like we found some free pots. Nice. Okay. The pumpkins are like, I'm pretty sure they need to be harvested now, because these are not supposed to turn orange, and they are starting to turn orange. So it looks like they're overripe. But we'll get them in the harvest. We're going to do a pretty big harvest today on the tomatoes. So I fertilized these guys right before I left, and as you know, they were dry. They were pretty much all brown all the way just up to like the last foot at the top. And I fertilized every single one of them, and now they basically, doubled, not in height, but they actually started growing downwards out of the trellis, which, if I built this trellis any higher, they probably would have gotten up there too. I don't really think there's a limit to how high the tomatoes can get. So it's crazy. And then if you look up in here, you could see that this one has actually gotten to the top of the 7.5 foot tall trellis. The thing is, the ones at the back here have kind of died out. I don't really know why they always do kind of bad back here. The soil isn't too great. But this mess right here, this is the biggest, most colossal tomatoes I've ever seen, and there's still a bunch of ripe ones on here. So we're gonna do a harvest today. I'll show you what that's like after. Oh, look down there, we got a passion fruit, and the dragon fruits are starting to sprout a lot, starting to flower. Got one here, as you can see right there. You got 2 out on the edge right there. Another one down here, and yeah, we're gonna get a decent amount of dragon fruits. I thought the passion fruit would have killed it off, but we're actually gonna get quite a few. And the coolest thing ever, if you go over here, oh wait, hold on, let's take a look at the watermelon. The watermelon, I think the vine died while I was gone, even though I fertilized it a little bit. Hope I didn't, burn it out. It's if this thing doesn't keep growing, it's supposed to get to here, and it's only about halfway. I think we're just gonna pick it because it looks like it's already probably setting seeds in there. And the tiny little one that we already tried was pretty good. It looks like we got 2 right here, so hopefully that'll taste good. It's totally undersized, but I don't really know. Zucchinis, they're actually still producing. There's a bunch of zucchinis back there that I just found hiding under there. Guess my dad didn't see them, so tons of other stuff around here too. And yeah, here's the coolest thing ever. Our yellow variety of dragon fruit is actually flowering, so we're gonna be getting some off of this. Let me see if I can get a closer look. So yeah, this plant it's really crazy. Look at that. There's only 3 flowers on it so far, but it's a very dense plant, and I guess it goes all the way back there, which is pretty far away. And what it's doing right now is it's starting to drape into the unusable chicken cage right now, and that's great because they like to hang down, and just like passion fruits, they like to produce the fruit when they're hanging down, which is not what happens when they're on top. If they're just on top, they don't really produce. But since they're starting to hang down, the fruits are going to start producing, and you got to make sure at the end, see how we cut off the tips. For some reason, that's what makes it start producing. The sugar canes back here, we've been getting some of those, and I want to do a video on that, but it's kind of a lot of work to make sugar out of them. But I usually just chop them up and eat them, and they've been starting to turn sweet and right back there. So now we got this whole space to do something with. I was gonna put a jackfruit tree, but apparently they get too big to be back here, which, yeah, I guess they're pretty insane. And also it was too expensive. But if we don't get chickens again, this is like the best soil ever. It's just been building up over many years, so we got to do something back here. So I'll figure that out. Leo, not really sure how he got in here. Leo, hi. Anyways, I got a lot of harvesting to do. Leo did figure out a way to get in, which is pretty easy to fix. So I'm just gonna collect everything, and I'll show you the finished product, and then we'll do a little bit of work, and I'll show you the planting of this tree. All right, this is what we filled up. Gigantic bucket right here, and another one. We're gonna sort this all out and make a cool design with it, and show you what we got. And here is the harvest. This thing is a bit crazy. A lot of gigantic pumpkins. Can't believe we actually got 4. This one was starting to turn orange, which is not right because that means it's getting overripe because these are not the orange turning pumpkins. Zucchinis, gigantic. I didn't even know these were here, and I guess my dad didn't either because he just left them. I picked a bunch of these. They might not be as big as they can get, but I saw that they were starting to turn brown, which means getting overripe. Tons of passion fruit. We're gonna have to make some juice with this. A bunch of peppers, good amount of peppers. I picked this melon, this bitter melon, because it's just, the vine's dead. Not too many tomatoes though, because they were getting overripe, and I guess no one was picking them, so they were getting overripe. So yeah, that's gonna be a bunch of compost. And we did get 1 yellow squash. It's a bit small, but decided to just pick it so we can add some color into this this cool little rainbow thing that's going on here. Anyways, yeah, that's not all. Got to show you the footage of planting the cherimoya tree, and let's take a look outside. There's still some more stuff. So as you know, this 3-year-old grapevine here finally started producing a decent amount of grapes, and it's a Merlot grape. So they are actually ripe now, I think. take a look down here. You can see them, kind of. See those blue things right there? They're pretty big. I think they're juiceable size. Not all of them are actually blue. Oh man, there's a ton down there. And if you look in here, we got a bunch. And there's a bunch on the other side, if you look in there. So that would have been part of the harvest, but I gotta figure out how to make wine out of them. Thinking I'm just gonna crush them, ferment it in a jar, just make a little bit, not doing the whole crazy, like there's a long process. I'm gonna have to probably learn how to do that tomorrow, but we're gonna make some pretty makeshift wine out of these grapes here. Anyways, yeah, that's been some catching up. I'm gonna go out and plant a bunch of those. I got a ton more work to do. I've got a pool to set up. We actually got a pool, and we're probably gonna try and put some fish in it. The pool pond, which will probably go over there behind the dragon fruit vine. And I gotta go get some more Albizia levick seeds because mine are still not growing. I'm just gonna keep on getting more and more and until they grow. And up where I was, there was actually just hundreds of them everywhere. They're actually invasive up there in Rockland County. But yeah, seriously, I got a bunch to do, catch up after being gone for like 10 days. So I'm gonna go get to that. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.